Hi everyone. So today I want to talk about food. And I guess I want to talk about street food and Korean food, especially, and also my school's food. I'll try to touch on that and just kind of like, I guess, my eating experience since I've been here. So I, before I came over here, I was a vegetarian for about 2 years. And I've met some vegetarians here. They seem to be still alive. But I just wanted to experience the culture, and I heard that it's really hard. And now that I've been here, I realize it is actually really hard. People have done it. I know people who are still vegetarians, they're fine, but it's just a warning. It's really hard. So if you were like me, you might want to consider starting to eat meat. So I got here and I decided that I wanted to eat meat, and I'm happy that I have. I still feel guilty all the time. Um, but I am happy that I have because there are so many Korean dishes that are absolutely delicious, and if I didn't eat meat, I would be missing out on a lot. Um, but okay, for example, like my favorite thing right now is mandu. So mandu is Korean dumplings, and you can get like different kinds, like kimchi mandu, or they have like this really delicious, like a meat kind of mandu, and it's just so good. It's just so good. Consistently, I've only had like one bad dumpling since I've gotten here, and that's what 2 months now. So, and I eat it a lot. So, mandu, freaking good. So you can get like the big ones, which are like this big. And for me, I don't eat that much, so two of those, and I'm done. Like, give me a piece of fruit, we are good. Uh, Other people, like one of the other foreigners that works with me, he has to eat a little more because he's like 198 centimeters. But for me, like that's it. And they also have smaller ones, which are delicious as well. Like they're also good. But at my school, like one of the best I've noticed one of the best ways for me to experience Korean food specifically is eating at my school. Like I know that some teachers don't eat with their coworkers and they don't eat the school lunches, but I strongly suggest eating the school lunches because one, I get to see a lot of the other teachers, and even though I don't speak Korean, I can be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And they're all really sweet and really inviting. I have a really nice school, really cool people, and I'm so happy to be there too. So it's good to mingle and hang out, with your other teachers. If, for example, you plan on staying, more than a year or things like that, it's good to build those relationships. Um, but for me, honestly, like I'm mostly in it for the food. Like our school lunches are amazing. Like I grew up in a public. Well, I went to a private academy for 9 years in the States, and then I spent my last 4 years at a public high school. So I've seen school lunches in the States. I know them, and and they got nothing on this. Like we're eating the same thing the students are eating, and their food's delicious. Like there's always rice, always. But you'll get different kinds of rice, and it's good. And there's always soup, there's always kimchi, and then there's usually like two or three things that change. You could get fresh fruit, you could get sardines, you could get some vegetables. Like it's all so good. We've had bibimbap. Um, and it's just I sit down and I'm just always so happy. Like I just look at it. I'm like, I love this part of my day. um, and so like that's one thing I've definitely noticed is that the school lunches here are delicious and they're good for you, compared to, not granted they use white rice, but like compared to the stuff back home. Um, at least I know what kind, like, not only do I know what kind of meat it is, it's fish, but it still has the bones in it. So I can tell you, like, what fish it is. So you know what you're eating here. Whereas in the States, you're kind of like, I have no idea. Um, and your digestive tract is also like, what? So here, it's a lot healthier and it's delicious, it's so good, and it's cheap too. My school makes me pay. I don't know if all schools do that, but it's like 3,001, and that's good. Like that's a completely reasonable price, and I'm happy to pay that. I'm not happy, but I pay that with no problems. Um, and then let's see what else is really really good. Oh, something I do want to mention: kimchi. Okay, kimchi is like the potato salad of Korea. Like everybody has one. It's usually a side, and it's always there, and it tastes different depending on who makes it. Like everybody has their own version. I mean the school my school, the kimchi my school serves is honestly not really my style. It's really vinegary. It's really like raw, like they didn't ferment it for very long, and it's just kind of vinegary. And I don't really like it. But but other places like restaurants especially usually have a kind of spicy kimchi, and I am all over that stuff. Like so good. Um, so if you try kimchi once and you're like, oh, this is gross, like, don't write it off. Like, always try it when you go to different restaurants because it's some kimchi is better than others. Some people like certain styles of kimchi more than others, and I think if you keep going at it, eventually you'll find some that you like. So there's that. And I guess the last thing I want to talk about is street food. Like theoretically, eating in Korea is a very very cheap thing. Like if I wanted to eat for 2,000 won a day, not including the school lunches, I probably could. I'd be thin, which might explain it. No, but I could. Um, like for example, well, there's this sweet little ajumma who works by my school, and she sells these like little fish pancake things. It's like picture a pancake, and it's got like a sweet red bean paste inside, and they cook it in like a fish shaped griddle. And so they're like this little fish. They're like this big, but it's not actually fish. It's like pancake. And she'll sell three for 1,000 won. That's less than $1, and they're delicious. Like they're really good. They're not good for you, but they're good. So there's that. She also sells steamed corn on the cob, and we're talking like a big steamed corn on the cob. So I bought some of that, and it was also delicious and a little more healthy, I think. And she didn't like smother it with butter or anything. It was literally just corn on the cob, but it was good. And that was like 1,000 won per corn on the cob. So I bought two, and then I ate one. Then I ate one now, like today, which is I guess a couple days later, and it's still delicious. Um, and also like you can go to Family Marts and Paris Baguettes and buy sandwiches there for really really cheap. So if you don't feel like cooking, or if you don't feel like spending a lot of money on food, and you aren't too concerned with fresh fruits and vegetables, Korea is like the place for you. So easy. Like if I did not want to cook, I would never have to. Honestly, I would not have to at all. Um, so I guess my main advice, I'm gonna wrap this up because it's so long. My main advice is when you come here, like have an open mind, try things at least twice, because you never know, the first time might have been a bad batch or something, and don't just eat American food or British food, or try things, try different things, go to the street vendors, eat the food at your school. Um, have an open mind, and you'll find that the Korean food especially is good. It's really really good. So I guess I'll see you later. That's it. Bye.